Up now? Okay. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. This is the Kane County Transportation Committee for Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. I'm Drew Fraz, Chairman. Could we have a roll call, please?
Iqbal. Berman.
Berman here.
Kenyon.
Here.
Caius.
Caius present.
Kobe. Winicky.
Present.
Martin.
Martin present.
Heerog. Shepro. Roz.
Fraz here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, and we're going to defer the approval of our May 17th minutes till next month. Public comment, is there anybody present or online who would like to address the committee on an agenda item? Nobody in person, nobody signed up that I'm aware of, and nobody online. Item number 4 is our monthly finance report. Kurt, were you going to do that? So Kurt Nika is going to handle several items here.
Good morning, everyone. In your packet, you have the typical monthly finance report for your review. If you have any questions, I saw Kathy in the crowd there. She could probably answer any questions.
Okay, if you have any questions, check with staff. Item 5, maintenance report. Back to Kurt.
Yes, KDOT crews are closing out their spring mowing operations and moving over to more routine maintenance tasks. I don't see Bill here today, but any questions I'll try to answer or at least facilitate an answer later.
Okay, any questions on the maintenance report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item B, first resolution. This is approving the purchase of ice control salt. Could I have a motion and a second for this resolution?
Caius move.
Berman
By
second.
Mr. Caius, second by Mr. Berman. Back to Kurt.
In the packet are the results of the bidding through the Kane County Purchasing Department. We received some very good pricing on the treated salt such that we plan to utilize treated salt exclusively in the coming plowing season. So staff recommends approval of this low bidder Cargill salt.
Any questions or comments?
Caius,
Mr. Caius, go ahead.
just the input from the Energy and Environment Committee about conservation of salt and use. And I know that we do that, and encouraging that when we apply salt, that we be mindful of the effect it has on the environment.
Okay. Other questions or comments? Ms. Wodnicki?
Thank you. When you talk about treated salt, explain that a little bit. Is there a difference between regular road salt and treated salt?
So there is an additive that's added to the plain salt that can either be done by the supplier or that can be done in-house at the KDOT yards. So we bid it out both ways, and you know,
So-
this year in particular, it just didn't, because of the unit price difference, it just wasn't reasonable to do that ourselves.
So why is treated salt better?
It has more sticking capacity as far as landing on the pavement and staying put longer, but also the temperature. It operates at lower temperatures than just regular
than
plain
regular
salt.
Okay.
And it's barbecue flavored.
Is that
Beet flavored.
Beef.
mineral or a vegetable additive, do you know?
All the animals, you drop
It's-
it and they eat it.
I know it was beet juice for the purple stuff was
Right.
Yeah.
actually beet juice.
Mixed, it's a mixture. There's
Yeah.
some carbohydrates in it too.
So you might be able to drink it. I don't know. Okay, if there's no other questions or comments, roll call, please.
Berman.
Berman, yes.
Iqbal. Kenyon.
Yes.
Caius.
Caius, yes.
Kobe. Winicky.
Yes.
Martin.
Martin, yes.
Roz.
Yes.
Pass.
Item C, a resolution approving Adopt the Highway Program applicants. I need a motion and a second.
Well, Nikki moves.
Caius
Wodnicki
second.
moves, Caius seconds. Kurt?
Just one new Adopt a Highway group, Elgin Lodge number 117.
Okay.
Masons,
Question.
Big Timber, Randall to Gateway.
Questions or comments?
Just Caius, one
Caius.
comment. That's a mile each way, right? On that one?
That's right.
Both sides, one.
Good
mile.
for them. That's a lot of picking. That's a busy road too.
Right.
Yeah. Congratulations to them.
Great.
Good job.
Other questions or comments?
Hmm.
If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bras,
Braz, yes.
pass.
Item passes. Okay, item 6A, planning and programming report. Back to Kurt.
Another typical monthly report. Just wanted to highlight a couple of things called out in more detail in the memo. One of them is the very positive news about expanding the Ride and Cane program to areas where there is currently a lack of sponsorship. You can see more details in the report. And I'd also call out a new KDOT staff member who just joined, Casey Crowley, who is serving as the new planning liaison for the Council of Mayors with a dual role as in KDOT, transportation planner and bike and ped coordinator. So just call out those two things.
Any other questions or comments on programming report?
Just a comment from Caius.
Mr. Caius?
President. Yes, and thanks for that. I'm really excited about the expanding the Ride and Cane program. It's very exciting. I see that there's 31 rides in the month of May. So we're seeing an increase. Is that, I know we talked about it earlier.
Yes, slow increase. When we get to the next quarter, we'll provide a larger report again that shows everybody's rides so that we can compare. But yeah, it's exciting that we're able to expand the program.
Yeah. Work related. Great. Thank you.
Other questions or comments? If not, we'll move on to item B, a resolution approving an IGA with the state of Illinois for Phase 3 construction Doberman Road extension. Motion in a second. Nikki seconds. Kurt?
This resolution allows KDOT to enter into, Kane County to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with IDOT for cost sharing and reimbursement for construction funds related to the Doberman Road Extension project. The federal and state would be a little over 16 million, and the local share, the county, would be about 7 million. So about a 70-30 split there.
Sounds good. Questions or comments? If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bras,
Braz, yes.
pass.
Item C, a resolution approving another IGA with the state of Illinois. This one's for Montgomery Road at Virgil Gilman Trail. Motion in a second, please.
Caius move.
Caius moves.
Berman, second.
Berman seconds. Kurt?
Similar to the last one, IGA with IDOT for Montgomery at Virgil Gilman Trail, federal 90%, local 10%. Staff
Okay.
recommends approval.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Bras.
Braz, yes.
Pass.
7A, the permitting report. Back to Kurt.
Monthly summary of permitting activities. These detail projects that are in the design and the construction phase. So if you have any questions on these or others, let me know and I can answer those.
Okay, so look them over. If you have any specific questions, get to Kurt. Item B is a resolution, another IGA. This one's between the county and the city of Elgin. This is related to the Alft Lane Randall Road intersection improvements. Need a motion in a second. Moved by Mr. Caius.
Caius moves.
Winnicki
Winnicki
seconds.
Kurt?
This is a continuation of last month's discussion on this City of Elgin-led project. Before you is an IGA that would formalize that cooperative agreement of cost sharing between the City of Elgin and Kane County for widening of Randall Road and widening of the west leg of Randall and Alft. We view these improvements as very beneficial to motorists now in the short term because they can be accomplished in a bite-sized piece, but also because they're a bit of a down payment for the ultimate Randall Road and I-90 interchange. So benefits now, but they're also compatible and a component of the future project that we expect many years from now.
Questions? If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes,
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Braz, yes. Item 8A, traffic operations report. Kurt?
Another status report showing ongoing activities of traffic operations. One of the central duties of this section headed by Steven Zolkowski is the electrical maintenance of the county's signals and lighting systems. And a topic of interest came up at the last month. So there's a slide in there just to provide some additional information about street lighting, because like I say, that came up in a budget conversation last month. Stephen can speak more eloquently to this, but I'll give it a shot. There are known benefits to street lighting and the transition from high pressure sodium to LED. So that is what we built into our budget projections for 2023, 2024, and 2025 in our electrical maintenance contract. You can read more details there, but everyone knows about the energy efficiency benefits, but there's some other benefits as well. And though, those would be as far as the quality of light that's shed by LEDs. You can see a side-by-side comparison there on the graphic, the high pressure sodium on the left, the LED on the right. And so in nighttime conditions, those roadside features really pop and really become more noticeable to the motorist. So that's a clear benefit. I'd also call out the long-term maintenance ramifications. The high pressure sodium bulbs last 5 to 6 years on average, but these LEDs last 20 years, perhaps more. So there's less outage potential. There's less downtime. There's less maintenance personnel have to do to care for these lights, to keep them in working operation. And so just wanted to highlight some of those things. It's not just about energy efficiency, although that is an important factor. There's other benefits as well.
Yeah, the natural colors and lighting is so much nicer than the orangey pink. Questions or comments?
I have a question.
Mr. Martin?
Just one of curiosity, when sodium vapor lights began to be used in mass, there were comments made that they would disrupt the trees, that they would have them growing at night during the day, and that it would disrupt the tree canopy. Did that ever bear itself out, or was that just people that didn't like orange lights?
Unless they're ultraviolet, I don't think they would do
That's the
that.
climate change. They did it.
The last thing we want is our grass to grow more along the roads.
Not that we're aware of.
Apparently
Mr.
not.
Chair,
Mr. Caius?
I think that was just for buckthorn and honeysuckle. They grow faster. Another comment, do these, I'm excited that this is the kind of thing that's going on to save energy. Do these conform to a dark sky, the new lights? Because we've had presentations here about improving the direction of the light, and that we want it down more where it's actually going to be applicable, and then not affecting the insects. I'm not sure about the trees, but bugs, birds, things like that.
Yes, yes. There's particular specifications for what we require the contractor to order on their lights. The ratings such as backlighting, uplighting, and glare. We have those at a particular setting so that they're compliant with dark skies, as well as the color temperature, so how white the light is. We are at a low enough setting so that they are dark skies compliant.
Great, that's very exciting. And then we're recycling too, because we use the old sodium to replace the ones that break down until we get it replaced. Too bad we can't do this all in 1 year, and then it'd all be done. At least we're reusing some of the,
And 46% energy reduction.
yeah, that's interesting how well, it's probably too much detail, but it'd be interesting to see how much the 46% is a lot of electricity, because we must have a heck of a power bill.
That was the cost of conversion too.
Yeah.
Other questions or comments? It
Good
sounds
job.
like a good deal all around, so thank you. We'll move on to item 8B, an ordinance approving the alteration of the school entrance speed limit on Big Timber Road.
Caius move.
Caius moves, Kenyon seconds. Kurt?
Yes, this agenda item is related to a new school under construction in the village of Hampshire near Big Timber and Ridgecrest. Initially, the school will serve children on the north side of Big Timber in the Lakewood Crossing subdivision, and then later in the Oakwood subdivision, many units in the future. So as they come online and become inhabited, they too will attend that school. Staff has been working with Crown Community Development and the Village of Hampshire and the school district on an appropriately designed crosswalk across Big Timber Road here with push buttons, striping and signage, and a dedicated crossing guard. And Village PD will be present there for the first few weeks of operation. But a further enhancement that we thought was appropriate here is the two speed zones that you see before you. The first being the 20-mile-per-hour zone proximate to Ridgecrest Drive, and then a larger kind of step-down speed zone that would further support that. And you can see that on the graphic there in green from Route 20 to 2,000 feet east of Ridgecrest Drive. So we've looked at this. We think this is a good design, and all of these optional, all of these options we're exercising just to make it the best crossing possible.
Okay, questions or comments?
I'm sorry, Caius. Yeah, did you say it stepped down to 20 miles per hour, or it's on Highway 20?
At the 20-mile-per-hour zone is the school crossing zone, which is 750 feet west and east of Ridgecrest. So a pretty narrow band there, just associated with the crosswalk itself, and then kind of encased in a 40, if you want to look at it that way, a larger 40 miles per hour around that.
Okay, so it just wasn't listed there on
The 20 mile per hour is statutory, and so we're able to do that without, but the reduction of the limits as well as the 40 mile per hour takes county board action.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments? If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes?
Warnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Raz, yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move over to our project implementation report. That's going to be handled by Mike Sokozek.
Thank you. I just want to highlight a couple construction projects. The Fabian Parkway at 31 and Orchard Road. A safety improvement project is close to wrapping up. We did some striping recently, and we're just doing punch list items now. Adjacent to that, the Orchard Road at US 30 intersection improvement project. The utility relocation is basically complete there. The contractor has started to set temporary signals. Once the temporary signals get in place, they'll really be able to start construction. County board last week, the contract for the construction of Bliss Main Fabian realignment and roundabout was approved. That'll start the end of the summer. And then the last project I want to touch on was Long Meadow Parkway, but we have some pictures for that. If you could flip to those, Tom. The building housing the tolling equipment was set a couple weeks ago. That's it on the right, being lowered down by the crane. Like I mentioned, that'll contain the tolling equipment.
Okay,
And if you have any questions on any other part of the report, please let me know.
is there any questions?
Caius,
Mr.
just
Caius?
wonder if we can use that trailer, the building for a recreation facility once we get enough money to pay off the toll.
It's a little small for handball, but maybe we could find something to use it for.
Transportation Chairman's Retreat.
There you go. Ex-transportation chairman.
Yeah. Other questions or comments?
I have
Mr. Martin?
the Bliss Road construction. I assume that what's going to happen with that is that it's going to continue with the right angle until everything is absolutely done. You won't open up parts of it.
That's correct.
In the interim.
We'll continue with both of those signals, the one at Fabian and the one at Bliss,
Okay,
until the roundabout is complete, right at the south end of Fabian. Right now, we've got ComEd going on, and we'll do some pre-construction activities later this summer. Next summer, we'll do the majority of the construction. So we'll start with the newly aligned Bliss Road. So traffic will continue as normal for much of the construction because we can construct that newly aligned Bliss Road through the middle of that cornfield without impacting traffic. Once we begin construction on the roundabout, we'll have some detour situations happening later next summer as we complete the roundabout. And once the entire project is complete, then the newly aligned Bliss Road will open to traffic.
thanks.
Then the light, that temporary light will go away at Main and
That's right.
current Bliss.
And is there any timeline or consideration of Fabian Parkway continuing its 4-lane expansion westward?
So are you talking about the current project we're proposing? Is that 2 or 4 lane or? Because once it.
No,
blends in-
this is
once-
2-lane.
Yeah, once it blends into Bliss, that will end.
But I mean, is it going to go 4-lane down to that roundabout or is it,
No,
Ever.
we're not adding an additional lane on Fabian.
okay,
We'll have a new entrance for the church on, but no additional traffic lane.
okay, thank you.
In our longer range planning efforts for the 2050 plan, it does extend Fabian 4-laning west of Randall somewhat, but it does not go all the way to Main Street.
Okay,
It's-
all right,
Okay.
thanks.
Other questions or comments on the report? If you have any, you can get together with Mike. Okay, we'll move on to item 9B, a resolution approving Phase 1 Engineering Services Agreement. This is related to Randall Road at Highland. Jennifer O'Connell's going to handle that.
We'd like your approval for a Phase 1 contract with Christopher Burke Engineering for $1.3 million for a $1.5 million engineering study for the intersection at Randall at Highland. The scope of the project goes all the way from Foothill on the south to Fletcher Drive on the north, kind of closing the gap in our engineering studies along Randall Road between our Randall at 20 Pell study and the Claude Hansen Bridge on the north end. Staff recommends approval.
Okay, I need a motion and a second on this. Moved by Mr. Kenyon, second by Ms.
Wonicky.
Ms. Wonicky. Comments, questions? Hearing nothing, roll call, please.
Berman,
Yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Wonicky,
Yes,
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Frost.
Raz, yes.
Passed.
Okay, we'll move back to Mike Zakozak for items C through F. The first one is a resolution approving Phase 1 engineering. This is for Randall Road at I-90. I need a motion and a second.
And then most.
Caius, second.
Any moves, Caius seconds. Mike?
KDAP, we recently completed a planning and environmental linkage study for the Randall Road at I-90 interchange. The project runs from just south of Route 72 to just north of Big Timber. But we typically refer to it as the Randall at I-90 interchange project. The study examined the existing conditions in the corridor, projected future traffic needs, and conceptually designed several alternatives for future consideration. We broke it up into 3 segments. It's the interchange itself, it's the segment north of the interchange, and then the segment south. The proposed Phase 1 study will further refine these alternatives and select one preferred alternative to pursue for final design and construction. Staff has negotiated a locally funded agreement with Burns and McDonald Engineering Company in an amount not to exceed $3,248,174 to complete the phase one work. Staff recommends approval.
Questions or comments? Would it be safe to say that, all of these things that we're doing, the previous one we just approved at Highland, you add them all up, it's going to improve from 90 down to 20 pretty much.
Yes.
So that's the long-term goal.
Yep.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Raz, yes.
Yes.
Item D, approving a contract for construction. This is for county resurfacing project number 2. I need a motion and a second.
Caius move.
Berman, second.
Caius moves, Berman seconds. Back to Mike.
On May 24th, 4 bids were opened to KDOT for the King County Resurfacing Number 2 project. The work includes 4 miles of roadway, including portions of Huntley, Corn, and Bowes Road with associated ADA improvements. The lowest qualified bid was submitted by Geneva Construction in an amount of $2,912,195.95. Staff recommends approval of the contract.
Questions or comments? If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Raz, yes. Next resolution on approving another contract for construction, Swan Road Bridge improvement. Need a motion and a second.
Kenyon moves.
Kenyon moves,
Berman, second.
Berman seconds. Mike?
On May 24th, 2 bids were opened at KDOT for the Swan Road over the tributary to East Branch of Big Rock Creek structure replacement project. The work will include the replacement and entire replacement of the structure and removal of the pavement. The lowest qualified bid was received by Hurley Mid-Continent Company of Romeoville in an amount of $1,066,597. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions or comments?
Yes.
Ms. Winnicki?
I do have a question. Are we enlarging the bridge over Big Rock Creek? all?
Slightly, but not significantly.
Not significant.
Yeah.
I
The
think
structure,
that's-
the structure that's out there now is an old bridge. It's a bridge. And many years ago, we actually did some work to it after kind of caused by the flood of 96. And poured a bottom on it, turned it into a culvert. We're going to put back a structure now that's going to be slightly bigger, but not significantly larger.
Okay, I think Big Rock Creek is listed as one of the most purest and significant creeks in Kane County. So they take that into consideration, hopefully, when they're replacing the bridge.
Certainly.
Okay.
I assume this would improve the flow compared to the restriction
Compared to the-
there's there now.
Oh.
Mr. Caius had a.
That was my question.
your
What was wrong with the
Yes,
bridge? It's just
answer.
pretty small. It's not a real big bridge, so still $1 million, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, if there's no other questions, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Raz, yes.
Yes.
Item F, approving a contract for construction. This is for our crack sealing project. Need a motion and a second.
Kenyon moves. Berman, second.
Kenyon moves, Berman seconds. Mike?
On June 7th, 1 bid was received at KDOT for the 2022 King County PCC and MUP crack sealing project. We'll be crack sealing about 22 miles of various roads and for the first time, some of the multi-use paths. The 1 bid was from SKC of West Dundee in an amount of $424,059.02. Staff recommends approval of the contract.
Okay, yeah, this is a King County company that we've had good luck with in the past. Questions or comments? If not, roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Yes, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Martin, yes.
Bras.
Raz, yes.
Yes.
Next, I need a motion and a second to put our various reports on file from
Caius
today.
move.
Berman, second.
Caius moves, Berman seconds. Roll call, please.
Berman,
Berman, yes.
Kenyon,
Yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Winnicki,
Yes.
Martin,
Burton, yes.
Frost.
Raz, yes.
Yes.
We have no need for executive session. I have review of closed session minutes. Nobody is here. They're not here for that from the state's attorney's office, so we'll defer that. New business, is there any new business from the committee or staff?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay,
I had a note about just for clarification on impact fees. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up when we went through that. Could you explain the dip for last year on impact fees and then where we're at this year? Presently, I think we're at $2 million or something like that, which
Yeah.
looks pretty good in the far distant past, but
Yeah, let me pull up my report.
indicates some pretty good activity.
We've been very busy in the impact fee department, a lot of residential. The last time I had done a total, I think we had over 450 residential applications and maybe 100 commercial, and it's not stopping. There's a lot of development going on. We are also being more proactive and trying to seek out certain developments that are happening where we may not have been notified. There are a few communities that do not let the developers know that there's an impact fee program fee they have to pay. So they don't always hold the building permits for them. So we are being a lot more proactive now of going out and trying to find these developers who have not paid and try and get collect that fees from them. So that's also reflected that we're finding more of these now. So that could be why.
Robust building going on.
There is, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Lisa Larson is very busy. And we have help now from our new receptionist Yolanda that we've had in place for a few months, but we've trained her to help with that and also finding the developers that are not paying.
Thank you. Go get them.
Thank you, Jennifer. That answers your question, Mr. Kais.
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Any other new business? Seeing none, public comment. Is there public comment either online or in person on any non-agenda items? Anybody that'd like to address the committee? Seeing none, I'll take a motion in a second to adjourn.
Kenyon moves to adjourn. Berman second.
Any moves, Berman seconds, roll, or all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
The others can look at how you got your meeting done
you.
quickly and efficiently.
Thank you.